Does this make you feel uncomfortable? Because if it doesn't, then you can stop watching right now. Because today I'm going to be talking about something that I'm kind of passionate about, and something that I've noticed over the years that has kind of bothered me in the slightest ways. If you haven't guessed already, today we're going to be talking about empty multiplayer maps can somehow make you feel a little unsettled. And while I talk about this concept, I'm going to be showing gameplay from World at War, because that is a perfect example of how a game that you once knew can make you feel so weirded out when you load into it and there's nothing there. So why does an empty multiplayer map make you feel unsettled? I can tell you why. The point of the map is lost. Instead of focusing on where you're going to hide or where you're going to camp next or where an enemy might be, instead you are just focusing on the map itself. The way that it's built. The way it is without anything there. In other words, the point of the map is lost. There is no point. There's no enemy team, and there's no team that you're with. You're just now focusing on the layout of the map and how it makes you feel when there's nothing there. Another reason to why this could also make people feel uncomfortable is the paranoia. Because depending on the map you're on, it can be somewhat scarier. So let me put this into perspective. World at War. It takes place during a world war. There's a lot of suffering, a lot of shooting. So for you to load into a map with absolutely nothing going on, but in the distance you hear firing and bombs, it's so weird to have nothing where you are. You're walking in this empty area. And it gives off this eerie vibe, like there are phantoms or ghosts of soldiers that have already lost their lives to the enemy. It can feel like you're walking around in a graveyard, pretty much. And at some points, it can feel like paranoia. It feels like there's somebody watching you, or that there's somebody right around the corner, and there's nothing there. It kind of gives off this feeling like you're being watched, but I still can't explain it. If you have never experienced this feeling before, I'm going to try my best to show you what it feels like to be walking around in an empty multiplayer map from World at War. As you can tell, it is kind of strange, but it'll bother you even more if you do it yourself, if you load up into a game on your own. Another reason why this can bother people is because of memories they might have had. Like maybe they're in an area where they once got their best sniper kill, or they're in an area where they remember they got 4 kills in a row right there, or maybe they remember something funny that happened with their friends and there's nothing. Sometimes you can get this feeling in real life, honestly. If you walk to an unfamiliar location and it feels absolutely deserted, but honestly, it's the nostalgia mixed with just the empty multiplayer map itself that really gives off the eerie vibe. If you've never felt this before, I recommend that you load into a game you have not played in years and just take a look at how much you've missed just because you've been focusing on the enemy and not the map itself. So yes, that is pretty much it. If you would consider liking this video, I would appreciate it.